Lots to share with you in the business report today. Amidst a complex of global shocks and local challenges, the BR got the opportunity to explore the perspectives of Barita Investment CEO Ramon Small Ferguson on a range of issues that have had a bearing on the security sector in recent times. However, a look at how well those challenges have been negotiated by Barita Investments in Q1 of financial year 2025, where net profit grew 15% to $551 million, seems a reasonable place to begin.
The performance for the first quarter was characterized by a few things. One is increased revenue diversification. We saw a resurgence of some of our more traditional revenue lines. Net interest income improved materially during the quarter relative to the corresponding quarter last year. Trading revenue was also up, and we saw a very strong performance from our investment banking and asset management businesses. We also continued to see efficiency play a role in our profitability, where we would have seen expenses well contained during the quarter, reflecting our renewed focus on productivity as a business.
Earlier this year, Barita also received its first investment grade rating from CariCris, an impressive A+. However, as the largest securities dealer by shareholder equity, holding over a quarter of the total capital in the entire sector, as well as from his vantage as the current president of the Jamaica Securities Dealer Association, the JSDA, Small Ferguson is well aware of the value of reputation and trust upon which operations rely, and the role of sound risk management, governance, and internal controls in dispelling any trust deficits that may persist in the sector.
There is generally a trust deficit across the board in Jamaica because, on one hand, the fact is that we have had issues as a country with execution, right? But we're seeing on a national level where some of those issues are dissipating. Fiscally, we have certainly gotten it right and kept it right for several years, and the result of that, the tangible result, is apparent, right? Moving now necessarily to the financial services sector, again, there are elements of that play out, right, in terms of that trust deficit. Certainly in our sector, the securities dealing sector, there would have been a significant and public risk event with an entity within our sector 2 years ago now that has certainly shaken the trust of many. The fact is, though, that our financial services sector is very safe and very resilient, right? We would have seen, Joel, several risk events, global risk events happen in the last 2 decades. We had the global financial crisis in 07-08. We've had various crises that have spread, whether in Europe or Asia. We've gone through several periods of global recession, a pandemic. And during that period, Jamaica had no institutional failures driven by any of those risk events in the last 20 years. That is really reflective of the work that not only the regulators would have done, but the sector as a whole would have done to drive resilience and safety coming out of the 90s.
The Barita Investment CEO had previously expounded on aspects of the company's strategic approach during a recent investor briefing.
We've reinforced our first line of defense, ensuring that the front line is very attuned to their role in risk management, and we continue to focus on fortifying our talent with the best practices in risk management.
According to Small Ferguson, the company's strategic initiatives will continue to enhance technological capabilities and foster a client-centric approach to relationship, including significant investment in digital transformation aimed at improving operational efficiencies and enhancing customer experience as their needs evolve.
I can assure persons out there watching that this sector is probably in the best shape that it has ever been in. In Jamaica's history. The regulators are very seasoned, and they are very keen and peaked in focusing on the sector. And the professionals in the sector, again, are very experienced, very attuned to the best practice when it comes to risk management. So I think we're well set up to continue to, again, fund growth here in Jamaica, facilitate wealth creation, but do so within the confines of safety.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.